on my one fucking gun, based on master rocks and socks. Steel chains, footing lights on, blaze a master lock. Yeah, stupid games, stupid prizes. Blood showers like a geyser for your body, y'all smells like burning tires. Walk up in the lobby, hitting shotties to the body. Walk up in the lobby, hitting shotties to the body. Walk up in the lobby, hitting shotties to the body. Walk up in the lobby, hitting shotties to the body. Let the body sit the flow, let the body sit the flow, let the body sit the flow. All my warnings keep it slow. Let the body sit the flow, let the body sit the flow, let the body sit the flow. All my warnings keep it slow.
Open up quick, blast the hater in the face. 10 toes tall, ain't no safety in your faith. Walking fucking load and get ready for a war. Cause player had enough, can you balance up the score? You can beg, you can scream, but I'll only slice deeper when I see your fucking face. It's time to meet the Reaper, I'm the creature from the pit, spitting fire on the shit. Got a problem, I'ma answer, I'ma solve without a hitch. I'm a wicked southern killer, certified blood spiller, body count high as a killer. I'm a fucking wig splitter, I'm a thug that never folds. Let the bodies hit the flow, let the bodies hit the flow, let the bodies hit the flow.
Walk up in the lobby, hitting shotties to the body. Walk up in the lobby, hitting shotties to the body. Walk up in the lobby, hitting shotties.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Horror Corridor, episode 10, and we are here with HellBound Disciplez. What's up, guys?
Chia, what's up, man?
HellBound Disciplez, you guys want to introduce yourselves individually?
Name's Crazy 8.
More K-Haos.
And who we got in the background?
The Queen.
Lady 8.
Lady 8.
What up? What up? Cool. Well, good evening, guys. I'm glad we got to come together and make this happen. It's been a long time talking. You guys, as you can see, you guys can't see it, but the viewers can see the logos up in the left and the right. That is Crazy 8's work. And of course, the music at the beginning and the end of the episode is their music. So they definitely are doing beats for sale too, right? Aren't you? You've been selling beats and shit? Yeah, so we'll get into that. Beats, he does like art, beats, all that kinds of shit. So Crazy 8's a genius. Lord K-Haos is a psychedelic madman, and we're going to get into it. So first off, what got you guys into music first before all this wicked stuff started coming into your life?
We'll start with him.
All right, Lord K-Haos. What's up?
Very supportive family, man. They always pushed. It was like therapy for me, you know. It's, you know, I had my little issues growing up, coming up, but you put music in front of my ears and I just chill, you know. So my entire family kind of promoted any music they had in their head, which kind of turned into like a hurricane with like my mind, and it just all kind of it's from supportive family.
What are some bands you remember as a kid that growing up to?
Like Led Zeppelin, you know, Black Sabbath, you know, Ronnie James Dio. Like
Sabbath was the first like actual like kind of like evil shit that I heard.
That was the birth of tritone and rock music, you know, that gave that metal feel.
Damn, yeah. I was like, I could feel that it was a little darker, even though I didn't know quite what I was listening to. But that was the only record my dad had that was dark.
It was a little darker than like Led Zeppelin at the time, or you know, or even, you know, really anyway, Deep Purple, any of that shit. Like, you know, Black Sabbath came out and it just fucking blew everybody's mind, you know.
I love them still to this day. Even the Dio Sabbath is good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I kind of like his solo adventures. Even Rainbow I like better.
Word, yeah. Crazy 8, what about you? What's your upbringing with music, and what was like some of the music you remember being a big influence on you?
So my upbringing with music is would be my dad. Listening to my dad play guitar. He played a lot of like Bob Dylan shit, the Eagles, a lot of old school stoner rock shit, and it got me into playing guitar around 9. I picked up a guitar, and it just from 9 to shortly after that, I was into that. And then I got into my own type of shit. Fucking, I was into metal mostly. Like, the hardest I can find.
Like, kind of like more grindcore and death metal kind of stuff?
Like,
what are some bands?
Hardcore, post-hardcore, anything from Minor Threat, Bad Brains, Angry Samoans,
Black Flag a little bit.
Good
Oh,
stuff.
They were even kind of soft for what I was listening to. Spaz, Hell Nation, Gnaw, Pig Destroyer, shit like that. Just the hardest shit I can find.
That's all the shit I used to skateboard to, man. Like,
Yeah, that thrasher punk shit.
Yeah.
You know, Agent Orange and Agent Orange and shit like that.
TSOL.
Yeah, TSOL.
TSOL. Man, they were the wicked shit.
Yeah, it was. That was
Yeah.
early wicked shit. You know?
A lot of that political, just fuck the government type shit. I was into.
Yeah, me too, man. Me
Oh
too.
yeah. I think
I'm
we can
still like-
all
I'm
kind of,
still fuck the government.
yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure. Fuck the government, man. And fuck all authority, man. Anybody that's oppressing the working people or just the middle class, lower class people, it's, you know, fuck them.
Yeah.
So I'm taught, and that's always been a huge influence for me in music. I've always, anything from like, I don't know, G.G. Allen to Atari Teenage Riot, anything that came about
Digital
killing.
hardcore. I forgot about that stuff, man.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Shit was hard.
Yeah, that was they were the first thing I heard that was talking about killing cops back in 5th grade, listening to Atari Teenage Riot. Before I had even heard NWA.
That shit, even for being digital, it was like next level heavy to me, man.
Yeah.
Like I remember MTV Amped and stuff with features and stuff. Every now and then I'd just be glued, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I love.
you can do this with digital music. Oh my fucking god! Dude.
I loved electronic music in the 90s. Prodigy was killing it.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Keith Flint.
Oh hell yeah, man.
Definitely missed in my world.
Yep, and I'll bring it up again. I brought it up on a previous show, but Bad Day 97 by Q Strange. They sample Prodigy. It's fucking awesome. I love that beat. So, hell yeah. We can get back. I go on these tangents. You know, I'm a huge movie nerd, horror movie nerd, horrorcore nerd. Just
I
film
wouldn't have
nerd.
thought it.
When it comes to music, man, my shit is so
Open.
open. It everything from country, opera, classical, folk music, bluegrass, all that shit. Everything to techno, dubstep, hardcore, metal, black metal.
I'm not that open, but I like a lot of stuff that you wouldn't expect me to like. You
Yeah.
know?
Ska.
Yeah, I dig ska and skacore. That shit went pretty hard. I think it was looked past like big time as it started to fade out. Nobody gave those bands enough credit. Dude.
There's
They
some
were
good ska
talented.
bands, man. Op Ivy and like I think Bloodshot brought up Op Ivy or someone did.
Voodoo Glow Skulls. That was
Yeah.
my shit.
Yeah.
Glow Skulls. Streetlight Manifesto.
There were these ska bands too that were infusing it with hardcore, and I'm having trouble remembering their names. But there were like, I think one of them was Union 13, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to misname, but like
There's
Voodoo Glow Skulls kind of went hard sometimes.
Yeah, they did.
There's some other Spanish ska bands that are like they're pretty hard.
Yeah, what's that one you showed me? The one that did that with Noeum remake?
Oh, no. That was on the same playlist, but no, that was Ska P that I was showing you.
Oh, that shit was dope.
Yeah,
I like
Ska
it.
P. They're from Spain.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, ska is like something I really got to be in the mood for now, unless it's like the old school like soul ska from like, you know, the Trojan like 50s, you know, like the dance kind of stuff from the 50s.
Yeah.
That stuff's kind of cool. But like when it comes to like
Pet Cats.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, like it's really good chill music. But like when it comes to like the Real Big Fish style ska, like I have to really be in the mood.
I never really could do Real Big Fish.
Yeah,
man,
they were too
to be honest.
poppy, but
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were talented. Don't get me wrong. It's just it just wasn't my kind of flavor.
Even like Streetlight Manifesto is kind of
Yeah, a little poppy.
too poppy, too big band.
They're
type
still
shit.
dope though, man.
I'm more into the punk infused
Yeah.
ska, you know.
well, I don't know if it would match your guys' sound, but it would be pretty original to bring a ska sound to a track, because like
Yeah,
I use a lot of horn. I use
Kind of like
some
reggaeton
horn, but-
drums.
Like the upstroke on the guitar, like the what I don't know what you call it. The every other upstroke, you know that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
always do.
yeah. It's an upstroke. and then
Opposing
yeah,
with
yeah.
completely opposing notes.
It's a
I
palmy.
guess Sublime kind of messed with the hip hop ska thing, but like to make that like a horrorcore style Sublime would be kind of sick.
Yeah,
That would be dope.
downward. It's a downward palm.
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
mute half of the stroke or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
And then you go from one extreme to the other on the note. It's like,
And I could never get it down. It never sounded good when I did it. I'm like, how do these guys make it look so? They're just like, and you're just like,
It's
what
hard
the
as
hell?
fuck.
yeah, I
Yeah.
used to mess with it in high school and stuff. I kind of had it down, but not really.
Yeah.
They're extremely talented musicians. That's one thing that could be said about, ska music in general.
Oh
You
yeah.
gotta have talent to
Yeah.
make it sound right.
Any era of ska, there's just
Yeah.
there's some talent.
So I'm not hating at all, man. It's,
Moving on from ska, rockabilly. I'm really
yeah, rockabilly. I dig rockabilly.
psychobilly, rockabilly.
See,
Yeah,
that's
with
one
Tony
genre I
Scott.
just can't get on board with. But I respect like the horror aspect of the psychobilly, but it's just the music just doesn't do it for me. And I think what it is that
He
thumping
likes
bass.
He likes the old cars and motorcycles and all that shit that kind of goes with it,
Yeah,
So kind
I could see that. Like if I was into like that whole rabbit hole, I would totally be into the rockabilly scene, stuff like
See,
that.
I didn't really have much of an understanding outside of like Reverend Horton Heat and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And he kind of turned me on to some stuff. I was like, damn, dude,
There's
that's just
some-
punk rock as fuck.
There's some psychobilly that I can show you that you would.
Yeah,
you
he'll,
definitely-
Yeah.
he'll change your mind. He
Yeah.
did me, dude. For
Tiger
sure.
Army was one that I liked back in the
Tiger Army's
day.
dope.
See, and Tiger Army is kind of into that poppy type.
Yeah, they were
know,
poppy. Same
sort
with
of thing,
uh,
but I
Necromantic.
secretly,
Necromantic.
which is not
Yeah.
too secret anymore, like Tiger Army, and Nick 13. Nick 13 is the lead singer of Tiger Army.
Okay.
He has his own group.
Yeah, I haven't heard them since like high school, so that was
Yeah, to me
like
too.
half
Up
my
until
life
I-
ago.
I'm more into like Demented Argo and shit like that. So when you get time, look up Demented Argo. That motherfucker's a psycho. He's a
Nice.
fucking psycho. And his voice it's very, very unique. He has that low crazy voice.
Cool. So what led you guys together?
You want to tell it?
Yeah, I'll tell. Okay, so there was this Facebook group. I'm not gonna name any names because I'm just not a hater like that. But
Hmm.
they were doing they do these mixtapes, and this was the second mixtape. The first mixtape I put in my entry and they put it on, which made sense because I helped promote it and everything. The second mixtape, I helped promote that. I put in an entry and whatever, blah, blah, blah. The mixtape came out, and I looked at the artist list, and I wasn't on there. And so I asked him, I asked him straight up, because I'm a pretty straight up guy. I was like, hey, where the fuck's my shit? And he's like, oh, it wasn't what we were looking for. Well, I have a feeling that that wasn't the case. Really, what the case was is I didn't matter enough to them to remember to put it on there, or they lost my track,
Yeah.
or whatever. The
Well, they
case
got
may
filled up
be.
and didn't want to tell them.
But what pissed me off was I helped promote the shit, and
Mhm.
so now, I mean, you
That just
fucking
looks
lost
bad
it.
on you too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna promote your shit, and whenever you tag me into some shit,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna dislike that shit and fucking remove me from your tag list. No hard feelings.
And
I
check
think
it
they
out.
took away dislike buttons because it was hurting too many feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just angry face the fucking shit. and
There you go.
fucking fuck out of here. So he read the conversation because he was on the same mixtape, and the same thing almost happened to him. But he
bitched.
but he he bitched about it, and he's all like, "Hey man, I helped promote this shit.
Uh,
Me, put me on there or not, man. I'm not gonna fucking go any further with that." But he's like, I dig your shit. Let's collab. Let's do something. And I always have people hit me up and be like, hey, let's collab. And like 90% of the time, it's trash. But but I listened to his shit. I think it was Rigor Mortis and
all fucked up.
yeah, or all fucked up. And I was like, this is tight. This is more along. This fits in with my style. It kind of, he doesn't really know it, but he's doing like a kind of like a HorrorCrunk type style, and you know, a southern horrorcore type style that would fit great with mine. So I was like, yeah, let's do a track. We did a track, and then
I didn't know what to call myself, man. I didn't even know what I was. I'm like, I'm just making music about the dark shit, man. That's all I know to do. He's like, well, you know, there's a movement, you know, kind of similar to what you're doing, man. Let me show you some shit. Just blew my fucking mind. Because it's again, remember, you know, it's like you think you're being original, but really you're influenced by all this shit. And there was a whole world going on that I wasn't completely, I mean, I knew the names, but I hadn't dug into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, this whole world going on, I had no fucking clue about, man. And
for sure,
it's like a magical thing, man.
Yeah, because for the longest time, I knew about SKR. And if you asked me about Bloodshot or Con-Crete, I would just know them from the SKR.
And I've known Con-Crete a long time. I've known his music.
But now that I know more about it, I know they have nothing to do with SKR anymore, and they have this whole new world,
separate thing going on. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy, and you guys are definitely dipping your feet into it, but still doing your own thing, which is really cool.
We do. Yeah. We try to be, you know, us, you know. Because there's so much oversaturation of everybody trying to do what somebody else is doing. There's no way you're going to get noticed that way.
Yeah. Well, how would you guys describe your individual styles? Because I think as a duo, you guys come together really well for having like a similar genre of style, but completely different deliveries.
Yeah.
I guess my individual style, I guess I try to be kind of more experimental and grow, and if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But go outside the box, kind of.
Yeah, kind of try different things, try different voices, you know.
But he's got this hype energy to him. He's just hype, dude.
But with our group shit with HellBound Disciplez, it's something that I'm comfortable with. You know, so I kind of stick with that with HellBound Disciplez because it's worked so far. But with my own shit, I'm trying to, you know, and as I learn doing my solo shit, it's creeping over into HellBound Disciplez, and it's helping HellBound Disciplez grow too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So Crazy 8 the Snapcase, how much Crazy 8 the Snapcase was done before, like music was done from you before you linked up with Lord K-Haos?
Not much, actually. Well, so
it depends on how far back you go.
So I've been in the music scene for a long time, but I started like hyping for Con-Crete and shit, and I had a few features on Con-Crete shit on a few of his tracks, and I was pretty much doing just features. So a lot of these tracks I can't even find. I really didn't start pursuing my own solo shit until like 3 years ago. So, and I've got like two full albums that I try to forget about, that I don't really like. You know, I've got one called Haters, and then I've got another one. I got one called Haters that I recorded on like a USB mic, and I got one called Half Dead that that Bloodshot mastered, and that was just with my regular voice. I was still trying to find my voice, and it wasn't until my single Blood Clots. I got a single called Blood Clots, and that's where I kind of tested out that raspy shit, and I guess my sound came from anger, actually, you know, because nobody was seeing me, you know, and it was just pissing me off. I'm like, I expected, because I was that I've been in the music scene, and I know so many artists out there. I expected shit to be handed to me, and that's not the
no.
fucking case at all. You gotta work for your shit, and it's that learning lesson, and that it took me getting pissed off for me to find my voice ultimately.
That's great. I think that's really good advice for many artists of like any form.
It's solid for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I grew up with Bloodshot Con-Crete. I grew up with all these Northwest artists out of Canada and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I know a bunch of people that do music, and I expected for them just to help me out and spread knowledge and shit, and that just wasn't the case. Every time I turned around, asked for help, that everybody's busy doing their own shit, understandably.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn a lot of shit myself, and that shit just pissed me the fuck off, and just and it gave me the boot to fucking to fucking pursue my shit and fucking do it.
Lord K-Haos, how would you describe finding your voice like over the year? Like, because
kind of almost a similar story, except that knowing people from the background, because I really didn't. I picked up the mic like 3 years ago. 4 years, well, going on 4 years, I've been actually rapping, and it came from frustration, man, of having these beats and nobody decent to rap on them. So, I had people willing to rap half-ass and do half-ass jobs and not really take their time and do anything serious.
Mm-hmm.
But it came out of frustration. I discovered, man, if I'm going to do something in music, I got to learn how to rap with what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there was a whole, kind of searching for what I do. It actually started as dark trap. I thought I was going to be a dark trap rapper. It's just what I thought, but the only problem with that is I couldn't get out the real darkness that I needed to get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me do just the darkest of the shit that I can think of fucking off the top. And then it evolved from there, and eventually it discovered I started bringing out my rasp, which is natural. And I was like, holy fuck, man, why am I not rapping horrorcore?
I honestly think too, that kind of comes with age too. Like I was talking to one of you guys or maybe both of you, but like that deep raspy voice, it can really get a lot richer when you're in your 30s. Especially like if you compare any rapper 30s to 20s, their voices get a lot more chiseled over the years. And so
it's that busting your vocals, screaming at kids and shit.
Yeah. And then like way too many Swisher Sweets and like
lots of smoking.
Yeah.
Raspiness, man. It works, but you have to know how to use it and where to use it. So it took me a while, man. I just now really I'm really opening stuff up working with this dude that I didn't really think about. He makes me see shit in a different way, which also changes the way that I approach it with my voice, you feel?
And you guys live in different states, so it's kind of cool that you guys...
I'm going to say I still haven't found my voice. Yeah. There's no telling. I don't know that. Something might come out later that I'm just, what the fuck, and I'll surprise myself, and I tweak with that and mix it with other shit,
Yeah. I was just going to say, it's cool that you live in different states, but you're coming together to do these collabs every once in a while. Like,
luckily we're not too far apart, we're less than 5 hours apart, but it still is a hell of a, especially current conditions, people's lives and everything. It gets crazy,
And Lord K-Haos, I would say your stuff is a little bit more on the psychedelic side than Crazy Eights. I was kind of tripping out to one of the songs. I can't remember what song exactly, but like some of your music is just like you put a lot of filters over your voice. And, experimental.
Around learning. I was having to produce for myself completely, man. Mm-hmm. So I had to kind of, fuck with shit. It allowed me to fuck with shit because I'm doing all this shit at once.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also having to, every aspect of my music was 100% done by me. And it was experimental because I was experimenting, learning how to do my voice right and shit.
And that's one reason you guys fit well into that HorrorCrunk, because Concrete, Bloodshot, they always experimented. So they do lots of crazy shit. Like
that's how you learn new shit.
Yeah.
You gotta fuck around,
Yeah. So yeah, I think that that genre would definitely fit over your guys' sound. And then coming together with Crazy 8 sound, and then the experimental, like deep raspiness of you guys. That's kind of what I was saying. You don't sound exactly the same. It just sounds like it comes from the same genre.
Same place, yeah.
Yeah. And plus you guys both have Southern sound, you know, and there's like not a whole lot of Southern rappers that are noticed nowadays. So it's kind of cool to hear that come out. That's kind of Southern style sound, even though you're from the Northwest. And didn't you live in like Alaska for a while? Or,
Yeah.
You've been
I lived
all
in
over.
Alaska. Yeah, I lived in Alaska for like 8 years.
Damn.
I moved here from Alaska. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you lived, like you're the third Bremerton rapper basically on the show. Well, actually Concrete's coming up on Sunday. So he would be the third, but yeah, it was like crazy that so much talent is coming from Bremerton. So you lived in Bremerton, Washington for a while. What was the scene like there?
Fucking garbage. Well,
talk about the Slaughterers is what I'm more like.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're fucking deep. We're fucking deep, man. And it's hard to tell. It's hard to put a count on us, really, because we have Slaughterers from way back. It's like when we would get together for a show or some kind of gathering, like at Evergreen Park or something, we just there'd be motherfuckers just coming out of the woodwork, man. And we fucking go hard, and we're a big reason why Concrete has such a hard time getting into venues, man, because we fuck shit up, man.
Yeah.
And our mosh pits are just fucking
Yeah.
That's
how the hardcore shows were back in the day. We get banned from venues for putting holes in the walls. Even if we paid for the holes, it's like, we'll pay for the holes, but we want to come back.
right.
Like,
Yeah. There's still like, fuck you,
You just run out of places. And I get it now as an adult. Like, if I owned a business and I had a bunch of kids coming in and fucking shit up, I would be pissed too, no matter how good the music is. So whatever. But yeah, that sucks though. But it sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like those were some good times in Bremerton. Like, the stuff I've heard from Concrete, stuff I've heard from you and Bloodshot.
Good times, man. Like, I definitely miss the Northwest, but I think I miss the Northwest of what it used to be, because I don't think it's the same anymore.
It's not.
Everybody's on drugs and fucked up, or just have their own lives. We're not young anymore. People got jobs and shit, and we just don't have the time to fuck off. And
yeah, I mean, there's a reason why serial killers and suicides are so big up in the Northwest. It's just kind of like a darker kind of place, and if you don't like take control of your own mental health, like, you can go down a pretty deep spiral down here.
And you know what? That makes for good music and
it
good
does.
stories.
It does. The very few Northwest rappers, especially horrorcore, dark shit rappers that have came out of here are fantastic.
I haven't even began to make a dent on my stories, because I mean, I think we've talked about it before. I've done quite a bit of time in prison, and I mean, I was out there doing drugs and I was robbing motherfuckers. I mean, I was fucking gangster, fucking for real,
Yep.
And but Bloodshot knows that. I mean, Concrete knows that side of me, and yeah.
Well, I mean, great that you came out of it.
Crazy fucking stories, and you can kind of tell from my style and my content, has a lot to do with pistol whipping and robbing motherfuckers. It's what the fuck I know.
It's very street style, but it definitely comes from the heart. It's not like I was talking shit about, I think on the last episode, dudes that put in just white contacts and talk about fake street beef and call themselves horrorcore, and it's like, that's like my least favorite style of horrorcore, when it's not even horror related at all, and it's just like, you're just like, but your shit is like, you're taking real life situations that you've been in and turning it into
cult, we do I bring the occult into my shit a lot.
Your stuff is a lot more psychedelic and occult. His stuff is more like street shit.
Yeah.
But then you add a horrific angle to it. like your track Cannibal, which I kind of want to touch on real quick. Both of you guys on that.
Bunch of bangers, a bunch of real good artists on that track too.
With past guest Marshland Monster on that, killed the track with someone I haven't heard before, but
Clado, the World Destroyer. He's out of Austin, man. He's out of my home state. Much love to you, Clado.
Yeah, hell yeah. I hope he's listening. And I checked out some of his music, and that's some really original stuff too. He's a lyricist. He talks about things that a lot of people don't talk about. So
and kind of political, but
yeah,
it's like on another level. It's like on its own kind of fuck you to everybody.
Yeah, it's like neutral sort of. Yeah, I like it.
I wanted for that track. I wanted kind of I don't know if you heard any of the NBK tracks that. The
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, Natural Born Killer tracks, NBK tracks.
With Defect and Staples and stuff.
Yeah, the last one. Bloodshot was on, Smalls 1 was on.
That was a good song.
That type of just like one right after another with a short, fast hook. That repetitive just
I could totally see that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's the feel I wanted for it. And I wanted somebody that I haven't done anything with. And Marshland Monster, he's fucking sick.
Yeah.
And I was all like, hey, do you know anybody? I asked K-Haos if he knew anybody. He's all like, well, I got this guy and this guy and this guy. And I listened to all three of them, and I was all like,
Plato's the guy.
I want him. Yeah.
He killed it too, man. His verse was perfect for it, and it was nice.
You found two guest rappers that don't sound like you and don't sound like each other, and it definitely turns it into kind of a posse track like that. And NBK.
Let's murder this bitch.
Yeah, that was great.
I just wanted something that somebody that we can have fun with,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll bang.
And then you did the beat on that, which is great. And then did Marshland do the mixing, or was that you?
That was me.
Okay.
So Marshland did his own mixing on his stems, on his lyrics.
Oh, okay.
And Clado, the World Destroyer, his engineer, did most of his mixing. I had to tweak it a little bit for his lyrics to pop more.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of it as a whole, I mixed it.
Yeah, it's a really, really catchy track. Do you guys get it stuck in your head like I do? That song.
No,
really. It
I'm
loops in my head.
I'm a lot like Bloodshot. Bro, like that shit resonated with me. The shit you did with him, that shit resonated with me so much because I cannot stand, like I want to go as far as to say that I can't stand my own shit, but
I dig my
but
own
I really
shit.
I
try to tell him he's crazy. I'm like,
not the type of person
listen to
I'm not the
it.
type of person to listen to it over and over and over again. I might put it on every now and then just to
Yeah.
Just to be all like,
I want to know myself so I can do something a certain way better or different next time.
But when you're listening to your own shit, you're just gonna pick it apart. So it's like it's almost like
your own shit.
Yeah, if you're gonna listen to it for an enjoyment reasons, then you're an egomaniac. But if you're gonna listen to it for like self-criticism, that's smart.
Not true. I enjoy my music. I think it's boppable, you know. I like it.
I would too. I think most good artists should too. But sorry.
See, with me, I think it's fucking crazy that we're even on here talking about me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how much I think of my fucking shit,
Yeah. I mean, it's coming along too. Like you can definitely tell with you guys, you've found a chemistry, and if it gets the right push, and that's the problem nowadays, there's just so much competition, and you guys are like, I see your reach and you have reach, but it's not.
You gotta outlast the competition. That's the trick. Because most people get into it and just give up a couple years in. You just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the deciding factor, how long you can keep going.
Yeah, I definitely think. And then I think, how about music videos? You guys are gonna do a music video soon?
I'm doing one for another homie.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we got a
Yeah.
track that on our next EP that I want to do
At
a
least
video
one
for.
video
At
for
least
you.
one video for, yeah.
Yeah. I think it really helps with this genre to have like some visual.
Yeah.
You guys do have some cool videos though on your YouTube. If you
Yeah,
guys
we
want to
just
go
pieced
check out.
together- Yeah,
those-
we just pieced together like gory media.
Yeah, shit.
I forgot. I got to send you some gore clips because I have a ton.
Please.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely gonna send you some gore clips. But yeah, those are really cool though. Like especially when you're just like kind of stoned and just chilling, just watch it. It's almost like watching just like a cool little mixtape of videos while you're like getting a song. And you found some cool like clips to go along with the lyrics you were talking about. Like Dr. Dollhouse had clips from May in it, which is
Yeah,
a great movie.
I love that movie. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. And then I think you had Inglorious Bastards on like another. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On 5150.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. Another track I really like from you guys is War.
War. Yeah, that was all him.
Yeah.
I produced that one.
Yeah. That was like because that's when I go over to your page. That's where I see it. But in your Spotify page. But yeah, that track is sick. A lot of experimentation there, but
That's me playing around.
dude, that's
having a
great.
good time.
I want to hear more. I want to hear
I need to
more. of that.
release. I plan on releasing some more tracks that I produce, or probably have Crazy 8 featured on as well. That's probably what I'm going to be working on, because we pretty much got what I came here to do wrapped up. We got a lot of my vocals laid, and we're real close to having something for everybody. Just everybody needs to stay tuned. This shit's going to be dope. I promise.
Hell yeah.
I'm working hard.
So when it comes to like horror and shit, what kind of stuff influences you guys? Like starting with Crazy 8, like what are some horror movies that influence you?
Or it depends on what you would define like horror, you know what I mean? Like I like one of my top weirdest favorite movies would be Gummo. And
Gummo,
Gummo,
yeah, I know that one.
And
Harmony Korine.
And I guess
That
it
movie's
doesn't
just fucked
even
up.
really
Oh my
fall under horror, but it's that type of
Like cultural horror.
It's those type of movies that I'm really into.
Yeah.
And when you mix those type of fucking just weird fucking, you gotta think, you know, those are the type of horror movies I like.
Or like
But,
David Lynch movies, like Blue Velvet and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of B-rated films. Shit just nobody ever fucking heard of.
Which one of y'all was talking about Witchboard?
Me.
Witchboard.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Witchboard. So I sampled the beginning, that piano, that I can't even do it. But yeah. I sampled the beginning, and that beat is on my YouTube. It's called Witchboard, man.
That's
I love that movie. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you
My
brought that
favorite-
up, I was like, damn, that's kind of a deep cut, man.
Yeah. It's my favorite. Like, seriously, I've always been into Hellraiser. I love Hellraiser.
Oh yeah.
And Chucky, man, because I resonate with the motherfucker, you know. Because
Yeah.
I'm a short dude. I've always been the smallest dude, you know. I'm that scrappy motherfucker. So I'm fucking Chucky, you know.
That's
I'm
dope.
Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. How about you, Lord K-Haos? What are some horror films that influenced you? I know you and I have talked about horror quite a lot.
Evil Dead. That's
Yeah.
like my favorite altogether. I fucking
Evil Dead. Love it.
I'd say like classic slashers, you know, like
Mhm.
Friday the 13th and shit like that. Some of the, you know, Halloween, some of the classic shit, of course, because that's some of the shit I grew up watching.
Yeah, Halloween's the series that gets worse with every single movie, but there's a couple gems thrown in the middle, but like,
And then shit like fucking Cannibal Holocaust and
Word.
fucking,
I
you know,
love-
some of the classic
Cannibal
found footage gore shit, you know.
Yep.
And Yeah, like recently that movie Midsummer, that's been my jam for a while. I
Oh, yeah.
love the fucking, you know, when she eats mushrooms.
Yeah.
That shit was so accurate.
They
dude.
did that really well. I really
Yeah, they
liked the tripping
so
scenes
well,
in
man.
Midsummer.
And
Yeah.
it's, I don't know, man. That movie, like it's like some shit that could really happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt like it could be some real shit. You know, so
Yeah.
that kind of shit recently. You know, that kind of got my head, and that Hereditary.
Yep.
That shit kind of, you know, but
I think a lot of
I mean-
Horror Corridor guests so far have liked Ari Aster's movies, so I think that's
Yeah.
kind of like an ongoing thing. But yeah, if you haven't seen Hereditary
they're
or Midsummer,
creative,
you're
man. They're
sleeping. Yeah.
creative. There's a lot of creativity going in those movies.
And that's what you need because there's just so much remakes and sequels of movies that didn't need sequels. Like nowadays, they're making like the 5th movie, and they're just calling it the first movie again. You know what I
And
mean?
like what they did with Pet Cemetery, I was like, really? It was bad, dude. It was hard to watch.
I'm a fan of Pet Cemetery too with Edward Furlong. That was a good
Is that
one.
the one with the cop?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the evil zombie cop. Yeah,
Yeah. That shit was crazy. I remember that from back in the day. I don't think I watched it more than a few times when I was a kid. I might need to return to that.
it's a fun one, but every time I watch it, I'm like, why would you bring your kitten to school? Like, it's like the worst idea ever. Like, because Edward Furlong's all attached to his kitten. It's really cute, but never bring a kitten to school. There's always a bully that's gonna try to fuck with your pet. So,
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. Any other horror movies you guys can think of that you like?
You know, likewise, you saw May. I fucking love that movie.
Mhm.
It's just a crazy thing, like fucking picking people off and using their parts for a doll. I mean, it's creepy. That's just an altogether creepy concept, and it had some crazy scenes in it too.
Have you seen that director's other movies, Lucky McKee?
I don't know.
He did
I don't
one
think
called
so.
The Woman that is fucking brutal about a farmhouse family that finds a feral woman in the woods.
I think I
And they
might
like
have
chain
seen
her
that
up in a
before.
barn to
Yeah, I've
clean
seen
her
that
up, but
before.
like, of course, like the son's going through puberty, so he's like keeps going out there getting curious, and the dad's a pervy religious rapist, and like it gets crazy out of hand, gory. There's taboo shit in there. It's a good one. Lucky McKee's a really good director. He
Check out some more of that for
What's
sure.
that movie? What's that movie we watched? Hitch something?
Which one?
Hitch, Clove Hitch.
Cloverfield?
Oh, Clove Hitch. I gotta watch that too. Marshall and Monster's girlfriend Nicole was talking about that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a good one. That's a good one.
I don't think
Okay.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, I
Maybe
recommend
check that out.
it's called like the Clove Hitch Killer or something.
Clove Hitch Killer. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've never even heard of that, but she was saying it's like the best thing she's ever seen. So
It's really good. It's really
shout
good.
out Nicole,
Yeah.
Marshall and Monster.
Yeah. I got I like classics, you know.
Oh, word. Night of the Living
Yeah.
Dead.
Living
Fuck yeah.
Dead, shit like that. I like cult films. I don't know, like Brawl and Cell Block 99.
That was good, man.
Yeah.
Even though like Vince Vaughn like was kind of giving me some Nazi vibes, but like as long as you're not like you're not like go Vince Vaughn the whole movie, like it's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that tattoo on the back of his head was fucking killing me the whole movie, dude.
Yeah.
It's just so ugly and out of fucking place, you
And
know.
it's super fake looking, especially if you
Super fucking
if you have
fake.
because like if it looked like that, it would have looked like that the day he got it only. You know, maybe like all plastery like that.
Maybe. Yeah.
But it would still be bleeding a little bit maybe. But then the next day it would be all cracked and dry. So like yeah.
It was the same with what's that movie with not Liam Neeson, fucking the dude from the Matrix. It's like
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. With Baba Yaga.
Oh, the John Wick or
John Wick,
John Wick.
yeah. Speaking of tattoos, in that shower scene, he got that tattoo on his back and shit. Just looked fake as fuck.
yeah. And then you know when they CGI on tattoos, that's just I don't want to get into that. That's just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking Shit. So yeah, let's get back into the music real quick. Do you guys have local scenes where you're at?
I live in the country, homie. I live
Damn.
in the sticks, so no, not at
I live-
all. I'm from Houston, and I got homies, you know what I mean? But they're in Houston, and I'm way far in Northeast Texas.
Hmm.
It's like halfway across Texas.
I also live in the fucking country. I live in Sheridan, Arkansas, man. It's fucking
Outside of Little Rock.
outside of Little Rock. It's in the middle of nowhere. I like it out here. You can shoot guns out here. You do whatever the fuck you want. But no, there's not really much of a music scene that I know of.
Not for
You got
something
people-
as niche as what we do.
Yeah, you got people that come through like Razakel and shit, like through Fort Smith and shit like that. But no,
Yeah, you
I
don't
bet-
hear about Arkansas rap ever.
the last horrorcore Arkansas rapper was Mr. Rage, man. I think.
I don't know who that is for some.
Yeah,
it's not,
look
ri-
him,
not ringing a bell.
Mr. Rage.
Do you like
Yeah.
living in Arkansas better than the Northwest, or do you ever miss the Northwest?
I-
It's pretty
I-
shitty here, man. It's cold.
Yeah. There's aspects about down here that I like better,
Yeah.
and there's aspects up there that I like better. Obviously, all my friends and a lot of my family. I miss a lot of my family and shit. I miss the ocean.
Oh yeah.
I miss Seattle. I miss the fast pace. You know, every time I touch down in Seattle, my wife has to keep up because I just get in that mode where I'm just where the fuck I gotta go. You know, and I like that. I miss
Dude,
that.
I was in Seattle last night. Hell, I don't want to go back for another year. It was too crazy for me.
It's probably changed a lot since the last time I've been up there.
Like I went to a show in Everett. Once I got to Everett, I was like, at least it's a little calmer here. Like Seattle was just shitty traffic. Yeah, but I mean it's got some cool shit there though. We went to Scarecrow Video. Have you ever been there?
Scarecrow Video.
Yeah, it's like the biggest video store in the world. It's still open. They have like
Really?
the
Yeah,
whole bottom floor is organized by director, and the whole top floor is genres in each room. It's really
It sounds
I'll be right back.
familiar. It sounds familiar. I don't think I've ever been to it. Though.
So. Do you guys ever think you guys are going to be playing shows together? Anything scheduled yet, or thinking about it in the future? Since you live in different states, it's probably going to be hard.
We've been working on. We've had a couple that we had to turn down because of certain reasons, you know. But we're about to start
Mm-hmm.
serious. That's still like we have some stuff in the works, like that's coming up that we've been working on a lot of shit, and we're preparing to take it on the road if we can ever find places that will have us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe like start a tour on one of your end and then end it on the other end, you know. But yeah, that'd be sick. But yeah, you guys are kind of new, but I think that
Yeah.
if you guys found a local scene, it would probably pop off because like those small towns probably need it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not this one.
Yeah, it's backwards where I live.
Yeah,
man. I'm not gonna lie.
We're in the Bible Belt.
Yeah,
Fucking-
I'm not familiar with that very much.
yeah,
So.
like they'll run us out of town type of shit. We try and do it.
like pitchforks and shit.
Yeah. I didn't think about it that way. In the Northwest, it's like, I mean, they'll point guns at you and stuff and tell you to get off their property. But other than that, it's kind of do whatever you want.
Nah, down here they shoot. Yeah,
Yeah.
they fucking shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're a bunch of grumpy Gusses down here, man.
Yep.
I mean, the cities have shit popping off. You know, Rosakel's in San Antonio in the state I live in, but she's just so far off. Like it's 2 hours to Dallas from me, and it's like about 2.5 hours from Houston. So
No matter
It's
what,
like
no matter
forever
what,
to
we're
go.
gonna have to travel a little bit to do shows.
yeah.
but it is what it is, and we're linking up with the right people that we work with and everything. That's gonna, you know, it's all gonna come together.
Yeah, we've been
Like
talking.
there's some future stuff gonna happen that we're kind of sitting on, you know. But
We've been talking with like Texas Hatchet Cartel, and in Texas, do a lot of shows down there and stuff. And
Nice.
yeah, we'll eventually get on some stuff. We're kind of just
Building our name.
building our shit and getting together.
That's good.
Yeah.
And getting a solo set, each of you would
Yeah.
probably smart
We've
too.
only, together we've only been going since January.
Yeah, yeah. You
We
guys are
just
pretty
started
fresh.
this up in January, so we're still kind of we're making an impact, the impact that we can, and making the right moves, and then it's on, for
Well,
sure.
Look how
Like,
much you guys have grown too in just
Yeah.
that time.
and it's about to get a lot bigger. I can promise you that we haven't even really started yet.
Yeah.
We're just getting.
Yeah, I have a big feeling too. And like
I do too.
another thing I want to touch on, like I think I mentioned it at the beginning, but like your merch and your art style and stuff, like let's get into
This
it.
dude right here, dude.
If you look at the
He's
logos,
all like a piece. He hand draws all that shit, man.
the
He's
logo
amazing.
above me and the logo to my left, like that's all Crazy Eight's work. He like donated that to me. Like
Awesome.
I still kind of owe him, so just reach out if you need anything, man. But like
Yeah.
it's yeah, you're really talented, man, and like your art on your
You can do
merch.
anything, dude. It makes me sick to my stomach. How can you have that many talents?
Your
Love
merch
it,
just is set aside from everybody else's because you do the art yourself, so it has its own look. Like you're not outsourcing a bunch of different people to do it.
Yeah.
I actually have one of your shirts, the discontinued one, so I got like a rare shirt. So what's up?
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
but-
you're one of only a few, and the other few are like me, him, and people in this house, and close friends. Yeah, the thing with that one is Disciples is misspelled.
Oh shit! Didn't
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's
notice.
spelled with an E instead of an I.
Because the letters are so fancy that I kind of missed
Yeah,
it.
that's what I told. That's why I told him to keep it that way.
But I saw you write it that way the other day. I was like, "What the hell? Am I promoting you guys wrong? Fuck."
Yeah,
No,
no,
you're right.
man, I'm just dyslexic as fuck and don't know how to spell. So
No, that's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Now that that's clear, it's all good. But
nobody really noticed, man.
yeah,
Like I think he noticed but didn't say anything. But
Because
my
it didn't
son,
matter on the
yeah,
logo.
but my son was all like, did you guys mean to misspell that? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, fuck, man.
oh
Take
man,
that shit off. I'll make a new one.
that's why I always like if it's child safe. I always like to clear my stuff with my child first because they got the
The
detail.
vinyl- Yeah.
They pick out
Awesome.
details that you can't normal
Yeah.
person can't find.
Yeah, my son's good at that.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, after
guy.
the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, hindsight 2020. But yeah, so check out their store. I think it's like a Store Frontier site, right?
Yeah.
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 Store Frontier / HellBound
HellBound
Disciples.
Disciplez.
And
Yeah.
like
So
this
that was
right here.
That was my dog.
yeah, your guys' shit's awesome. So
Thank you.
do you do commission work, Crazy? If somebody wants a logo, if somebody wants beats, if somebody wants I mean obviously
Yeah.
you do verses, but
Yeah, absolutely.
Verses, hooks, anything anybody needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Music
Some of my beats are on BeatStars, but I'm not really fucking with them because I just not. And I got a bunch of beats on YouTube, bunch of older ones, but I've kind of stopped putting beats on there because I've just been using them and I've grown so much, and that I've been. It's like Bloodshot has a few of my beats. Shane Poppin' Wolf. Yeah, so yeah, I got beats on the cheap. I got designs. I'm doing design work, cover art, font, lettering, anything you need.
oh yeah, reach out if you need something because this dude's talented.
Verses on the low, man. And you can get both of us if you want, or
Oh, yeah.
just me or just him.
50-50.
Lord
Right.
Chaos, do you do any production work? Because
Yeah, I do some of my own produce. So I produce some of my own shit. I
Uh-huh.
don't like producing for other people because it's not standard. I do shit my own way. You know what I mean?
yeah. So War
And,
was produced by you.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my production.
Good job, man.
And then rigor mortis, all fucked up, all that shit's my production.
Oh, that's great, man. So can people reach out to you too if they want any commission
Nah.
work? No, you don't do stuff for other people. Yeah, you kind of just said that. So Yeah, I totally get it.
I know how shit works with me. I don't want to get other people involved in my me shit.
Yeah, I
if
get
that
it.
makes sense.
I get it for sure.
I mean, if you need a beat or something, you know, you want one of my beats or something like that, that's cool, you know, but not like actual, you know, getting into engineering or getting into any of the technical shit.
Me, I enjoy doing it. So
Yeah,
you know,
that's always just refer people
so,
to crazy.
So there's a good shot that if you need a beat from me, it's gonna be pretty cheap because what else am I doing? You know, because I enjoy doing it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So where can everybody find you guys? I know that you guys are two separate entities, but is there any HellBound Disciplez? I noticed there's not a Spotify yet page for HellBound Disciplez other than the playlist.
Nah, it all goes like we have our name intact, but we just used his Spotify, and I'm just a featuring artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're gonna redo all that.
Okay. So for now, look up Crazy 8 on Spotify.
Yeah, there's something about to happen, and we're letting this play out, and it's all gonna get everything aligned right.
Stay tuned, everybody, because I mean they got a lot of shit.
It is coming.
And
but for real, if you want to see our music, go to Crazy 8s.
Yeah, go to
Spotify. All our shit's on Crazy 8.
Crazy 8, the Snapcase on all platforms to find you guys, and then you can also look up Lord K-Haos for his solo work that has some of Crazy 8 stuff on it.
Oh, like the YouTube. I got all our shit on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, HellBound Disciplez, or no, is it Lord K-Haos Productions?
K-Haos.
Right?
Yeah, it's under Lord K-Haos Productions.
Yeah, so just search around, you'll find it.
But if you got Spotify, look it up on there and get them plays, man. Run them plays up.
Hell yeah.
Run them numbers so we can get paid, you know?
Yeah, so you can get your pennies.
Yeah, so get them pennies.
Yeah, them pennies add up. We're trying to get as many of them as we can.
Oh yeah, man. Like, and I'm not just blowing smoke because you guys are guests. I only have people on the show that I listen to and that I like. It's really good music. Check it out if you like horrorcore and you want something different outside the box, but it has a lot of callbacks to the old style, like I was saying, Isham, House of Crazies, fucking 3-6 Mafia. Check these dudes out. Don't sleep on it. I'm trying to get these new artists out here as well as the legends, but these guys like are going to be the legends soon.
We're working on it.
Oh yeah. So thanks a lot for coming on the show, guys, and we are gonna have you guys on after summer. I'm pretty booked up till then. You'll probably have more shit to talk about.
Yeah, most definitely.
We definitely
after
will.
the summer, it's a bunch of shit's gonna pop. So
we definitely will. We got some shit. We got some shit in the fucking on the hook. You know.
All right. Cool.
We definitely have more.
Cool. We'll stay in touch, guys, and yeah. Thanks for coming on HorrorCorridor.
Pleasure, man.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
I'm going.
Call me Dr. Dollhouse, but he got to push carts. Prop you up, looking live, back, fat and black bags. Laid out on the drive, blowing stacked in corners. Shadow in the light, call me Mr. Corner. I'll take you away to your resting place. Deep beneath my floorboards, rusted cage. Sit there and wait while I set the stage. Dinner at 8, bitch, don't be late. I'm the nice neighbor that gives you the shivers. With a wave of my hand, I'm the member of the search party. Looking up and down your town all along, I got the body looking got it.